Time in U.S. history, a majority of congressional members are millionaires. And as Capitol Hill debates unemployment benefits, many wonder just how compassionate these politicians can be. Kimberly Halkett reports from Washington.
What I'm hoping for here is
on the floor of the U.S. Senate, a debate is taking place over whether to end unemployment benefits for millions of Americans out of work for several months and now struggling to pay for basic needs.
These workers, the millions throughout the country, are worried that they will lose their ability to pay for a roof over their heads and put food on the table for their families, for their children.
More than 1 million Americans lost their emergency assistance at the end of 2013 when the current unemployment insurance program expired. Millions more stand to lose it in 2014. That's because many conservatives in the U.S. Congress are apparently unwilling to extend the program.
But this idea that we can just waltz in here because there's a need in the country that we believe should be fulfilled and we can just borrow the money and spend for it is not good.
The benefits were introduced 6 years ago during the U.S. financial crisis to protect the millions of Americans who lost their jobs. But last month, the emergency aid started to run out for some after many conservative lawmakers said the U.S. government could no longer afford to fund the benefits indefinitely.
It's an argument being made as members of Congress continue to collect a minimum of $174,000 a year in salary, and it turns out are more affluent than ever before.
Forced to make their financial details public, it turns out for the first time in U.S. history, the majority of its lawmakers are millionaires. In 2012, of the 535 members of Congress, 268, or more than half, had a net worth of more than $1 million. That's up more than 4% from the previous recorded year.
What we're losing are people who will feel an obligation to speak for the working class and the lower middle class and the poor, because fewer and fewer people in Congress know what it's like to actually be poor.
And congressional legislation may be reflecting that reality. Under Republican President Bush, unemployment benefits were extended 5 times with no conditions attached. But under Democrat President Obama, Republicans in the U.S. Congress appear keen to end the long-term unemployment benefits. They claim it encourages unemployed workers to be selective about the job they take instead of settling for whatever they can find. Kimberly Halkett, Al Jazeera, Washington.
All right, let's go back to